Hey, I'm Jesse Hunt with Unofficial. We're a web design and digital marketing agency located in downtown Memphis. Since 2002, I've been helping Mid-South businesses just like yours improve their websites and find more customers on the internet. Today, I'm going to perform a video website audit on your website that'll show you some areas for improvement that might be hurting your business. The entire audit will take 15 to 20 minutes and should leave you substantially more informed about what's working and what's not working so well on your website. I hope you'll find the audit informative and that you'll keep me in mind if you ever need some help working on your existing website or building a new one. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's get started.
Hey Wilson, so here we are on the homepage of your website. As you can see, we're at carruthersgroup.com, and I've got to tell you, I'm really excited that you got back to me in my email here. I do quite a few of these audits, and I don't often come across a website where I feel like I can bring as much to the table as I can on this website right here. I will say before I get started here that I don't mean any offense by anything that I say here. Anytime I do these audits, I find that it's much more useful if I'm just straight to the point and I tell you what I see and how I see it, and so I don't mean any offense or to hurt any feelings. Just want to give you some constructive criticism that will help you to improve your website and improve your online marketing. So anyway, what I intend to do here is I'm going to run through your website, click on a couple pages here. You really don't have very many pages to click on, so we won't have too much to look at on your website. We'll click over, we'll look at some tools that Google gives us, and we'll look at some Google search results and see how you're doing in Google's search results, and then we'll come back to your website and take a quick look at a couple behind the scenes things to get a better understanding of what's happening from a technical standpoint on your website. So I guess when I first get to your website, the first thing I notice is this big section down here. Probably the most noticeable thing that I see is the text that seems blurry. When I look here under Office Systems, movable walls, adjustable height, workstations, systems, furniture, desking systems, small office, all that, it just seems not perfectly crisp and clear. And then if you look at like this, these lines right here, they're not perfectly straight and crisp. So when I first landed on the website, I noticed all that and I thought, well, why the heck does it look like that? And so then I started looking. So the next thing I did is I tried to highlight this text right here by clicking and just dragging across it. And when I do that, it does this. See, it grabs like an image and tries to pull that image off the page there, where you could like drag it and watch this. So like I can drag it over here and drop it on my desktop, and then open it up, and so there's the picture that is your website. That explains why all this isn't crisp and clear, because it's not actually text. It's actually an image. It's text that's within an image. That's a problem. From the standpoint of making it nice and easy to read, that's kind of a problem. From the standpoint of making your website mobile friendly so that it works great on mobile devices, that's a problem. From a search engine optimization standpoint, being able to make your website show up in Google search results. If your website is just one giant picture and it doesn't have any real text on it, when I say real text, I mean text that's actually like in the code of the website rather than part of a picture, then Google can't really understand what your website's about. Google doesn't understand big pictures like this. Google understands text, and they want to see lots of text. So that's the number one problem you got here, and your whole website is really just one giant image, and you really don't have any content at all on your homepage. So you're missing a really big opportunity there, I think, to be able to optimize your website to do better in the search engines and get more traffic. So a few things that I would really like to see on a homepage like this, besides more text and getting all this out of an image, I'd really like to see a contact form. Anytime you put a contact form on a homepage and make it really easy for people to get in touch with you, with like a big call to action. So, request a consultation now or something like that. And you ask people for their name, email address, and phone number. Make it, really short number of fields. Make it simple to fill out. Then your conversion rate will go up. So more of the people that come to your website will fill out that form, and you'll get more contacts or more leads through your website. The other thing I'd really like to see is a phone number up here in the header. When somebody's ready to get in touch, you don't want to make them look around the website to try to find your phone number. You want to put it in front of them where it's super easy to find all the time. So I'd recommend putting a phone number and a call to action in the header. And then I'd recommend like a physical address, probably down in the footer or somewhere where it's on every page of your website. So having having your business name, your address, and your phone number on every page of your website will help you in the search engines. It not only needs to be there, but it needs to be consistent with the information that's listed in Google's local results. It needs to be consistent with the information that's listed for your business around all the other directories on the internet. So any industry websites or Yellow Pages directories or anything like that. The more consistent you can get your name, address, and phone number across all those places, the better off you'll be in terms of search engine rankings. So yeah, and beyond that, I think you've got all these services listed here, or products listed here on this image, the different types of office systems and the wood case goods and the filing systems and the laminate furniture. My next recommendation would be that you have probably like a products tab or a products and services tab or something like that, when we can put some thought into what the right name for that is up here in the navigation. But then when you mouse over that, maybe that drops down into like a menu with sub pages, so that you can have individual pages for the different types of office systems or the different types of wood case goods. By doing that, you can list more of your products. You can show more information about what you bring to the table and why your company is different than the competition, and kind of what your unique selling proposition is. But in addition to that, with every new page that you create, by including different keywords on all those different pages and including information that's specific to that particular page. So if it's a page about movable walls, then you've got some pictures of the different movable wall systems that you offer, and some text that applies to that. And then once you do that, then Google looks at that page and says, oh, I get it. This page is about movable walls, movable walls for people in Memphis, or movable walls for people in the Southeast, or however we optimize it. And so then you start to show up in the search engine results and get more traffic for all those pages that you create. All right, so I'm going to click through some of these links here. Carruthers line card. This is another image. So you've got the same problem here. You got some cool looking furniture, and I think there's almost certainly a huge market for that. I would assume you've got lots of customers that are already buying this stuff from you. But when you do it as a picture like this, you're really missing out on the opportunity to make this website show up for people that are using Google or other search engines. You also make it much harder for people, even if they come directly to your website, you make it much harder for them to read this content and make use of this, particularly if they're on a mobile device. So again, I think get rid of the giant pictures and break this up into actual text content with smaller pictures. So if you've got a picture of a chair or something, make it just a picture of a chair, instead of just this huge picture that includes all the text and all that stuff. All right, next here, COE office furniture distributors. Once again, same problem. This is one giant image. Yeah, all of this is. So you've got a bunch of text here, which would be great if this was actually on the page. But this text, because I can't highlight it, it's just a picture. It's not really text. As far as Google's concerned, this is a picture, not text. All right, one last page. So here you've got a contact page with a contact form like I was talking about. This is kind of like what I'd put on all the pages of your website, or especially on your home page, but I'd make it a little prettier and have a great big call to action that encourages people to fill it out. Really, the whole point is to get people on your website, prove to them that you're the right folks for the job, and then get their contact information as quickly as possible so that you can follow up with them and make a sales call. And ultimately convert that lead into a sale. So I believe, hopefully you agree with me here, but I think the ultimate goal here should be to get as many people to your website as possible, as many qualified people as possible to your website, and then quickly convert those people into leads so that your sales team can follow up and then turn them into customers. All right, so next up here, I've got this tab open already. This is a tool that Google provides to web developers, and they call this the mobile-friendly test. Now, Google wants to see that your website works well on mobile devices, so iPhones, iPads, Android devices, all those kind of devices. In fact, back in April of 2015, Google started announcing that they were going to be showing preference to websites that are mobile friendly in their search results, and then they kind of doubled down on that in April of 2016 and turned that up even more. So now, if your website's not mobile friendly, it can really hurt you in the search engine results. As you can see here, Google says your website is not mobile friendly. They give some reasons that they say that is. They say your text is too small to read, your mobile viewport's not set, your content's wider than your screen, your links are too close together. I'm gonna boil it all down for you. The real reason that your website's not mobile friendly is because that great big image. You need real content on the page. You need the website set up in such a way that it formats all that and where it's pretty regardless of what device you're on. And really it needs to respond to the size of the device that the website's being viewed on, so that if you're on a mobile device, it displays that text where it's nice and big and easy to read without having to like pinch and zoom in order to read it. So definitely got some things to fix here in terms of mobile friendliness. And if I had to pick one thing out of this entire audit that's the most important thing that I think you need to fix, it's fixing your mobile friendliness. You got to make the website mobile friendly. There's just way too many people searching the internet these days on mobile devices to not have a mobile friendly website. All right, so next up, I'm going to Google real quick. I'm just going to Google Carruthers Group, and we want to see what we're hoping for here is that you've got a local listing with Google. So no, it does. Oh, wait. There it went. It showed up. Carruthers Corporation, furniture store. I believe that's you. Let's double check real quick. Well, I'm on your contact page. There's no contact information. Yeah, so here, 2100 Hickory Crest Drive. And here, this shows you on Broad Avenue. So now I'm questioning whether is this really your listing or is this not really your listing. And if it is really your listing, then you've got some problems. Let's talk about what those problems are real quick. So I mentioned earlier that Google wants to see your name, address, and phone number information on every page of your website, and that name, address, and phone number information needs to be perfectly consistent with all of your other listings on the internet. So your Google local listing, Yellow Pages directories, industry websites, and all that good stuff. Google calls those citations. Anytime a website mentions your name, address, and phone number information, it's a citation. So when we look here, what I did, I searched Carruthers Group Memphis. I was trying to make this listing show up, and it did. Hopefully this is your company. But what it pulls up is Carruthers Corporation. We searched on Carruthers Group because that's what your website says your business name is. So if your business is operating as Carruthers Group, then we really need to claim this Google listing and change the business name to Carruthers Group rather than Carruthers Corporation, because that's inconsistent with what's on your website, and it's really important that we get that consistent. Beyond that, your website here shows that you're on Hickory Crest Drive, and this listing here shows 2665 Broad Avenue, number 3. So now I'm not sure where your location really is. Are you on Broad Avenue, or are you on that Hickory Crest Drive? What about phone number? 833-6775. This has 324. So now I'm really confused as to whether or not this is your business or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If it is, we need to edit this and make this website, or make this listing actually reflect your website. If this is not your business, then we need to set up a local listing for you so that you actually have a Google local listing. It looks like this listing has never actually been claimed. See here it says suggest and edit or own this business. That tells us that this website's never been claimed. So we need to claim a listing for your business, set it up, get all the address and the contact information correct, set up the business hours, add the website address, optimize the listing. You can set up a listing for yourself, but the whole optimization process, there's some kind of advanced stuff that you can do to really optimize it for the search engines that you may need some help with getting all that configured and optimized properly. So if that's something you'd like some help with, I'd love to talk to you about it. That's squarely in my wheelhouse. That's what we're really good at. All right, so next up here, what I've done, I tried to put myself in the shoes of somebody that might be a good customer for you. And I said, if I was looking for the services that they provide, what might I type into Google? And I just came up with a few keywords. Now, I realize that you serve pretty much the entire Southeast, so there's a whole bunch of different states and things. I just grabbed a handful of them that I thought would represent some good searches for your business. I didn't try to make this a comprehensive list. We can certainly go back and expand on this later if you want some help with optimizing your website to show up better in the search engines, but I just kind of want to illustrate my point here. So my first search was Memphis office furniture. Given the fact that you're in Memphis, I think that's a search that you should almost certainly be showing up for. Now we're going to ignore these first two listings because they got these little green ad icons here, so people are paying to be there, so they're kind of irrelevant for the sake of this discussion. We get down here to the map results. Now these are heavily based on that local listing that we talked about that was over here on the last search that we did. So having a good listing affects whether or not you can show up here. As you can see, you're not showing up at all in these local search results. And then as we scroll down through what we call organic results here, these have a lot to do with your website, fixing your website, putting more text on there, getting rid of those giant pictures. That'll have a lot to do with whether or not you can show up in these search results. But as we scroll down through here, you're not on the first page at all for this Memphis office furniture search. So that's a huge missed opportunity, I think. If showing up for people that are looking for office furniture in Memphis is something that you'd like to do, you'd like to be able to win those prospects over, then I think there's definitely some opportunity for improvement here, and I think I can definitely help you with that. All right, next up here, I searched Memphis custom office furniture. Again, you're not showing up at all in the local results, and as we scroll down through these organic results down here, you're not showing up at all there either. So Memphis custom office furniture, again, probably a missed opportunity. Next, I did Memphis commercial furniture installation. This time we didn't get a local or a map result, but we did get this Miller's installation. So that means Google thinks they're the most authoritative listing for that particular search phrase. By optimizing your website for that keyword, potentially we could knock them off as being the most authoritative listing and instead get Google to show a map result up here with your website alongside Miller's installation so that you'd be winning some of those customers as well. As we scroll down through here again in the organic results, we're not seeing your website showing up at all on the first page. Now you'll notice I'm not clicking through to the second page because Google users almost never go to the second page, so I think it would just be a waste of time to explore any further than the first page in the search results. Next up, I did Memphis commercial furniture. Again, there's no local listing here, but as we scroll down, you're not showing up at all on the first page of the organic results. Memphis commercial contract furniture, same deal here, not showing up at all on the first page. Next, I did Tennessee commercial contract furniture, this time using Tennessee instead of Memphis, and again, you're not showing up at all on the first page. Long story short, every keyword that I tried other than directly searching on your business name failed to find you in the search results. So I think there's a massive opportunity for improvement here. I think your website could really generate a much more substantial return on investment than it currently is. And I definitely think that we've got some techniques that could help you to conquer those search engine results and outperform a lot of your competition here. I would love to talk to you about it if that sounds interesting to you. Sounds like something you'd like to know more about. I came back to your website here. We're going to look at two more things real quick. The first one is this little utility that I've got installed here. This is called a Google Tag Assistant. It scans the code of your website and tells me if you've got any Google tags installed. As you can see right here, it shows that you have 0 tags installed. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to see one called Google Analytics. Google Analytics monitors the traffic on your website, tells you how many visitors you've got coming to the website, what they're looking at while they're there, where they're coming from, what action do they take on your website. So did they land on the home page and immediately leave, or did they click through a few pages, go to your Contact Us page, and ultimately get in touch with you and become a lead? So Google Analytics is a real good tool to monitor your website's marketing value to your business. It's really good for being able to tell whether or not your website's generating a good return on investment. Google Analytics is free software, and so I would highly encourage you to install it on your website and to pay attention to those analytics, because it'll provide you with a wealth of good information to better understand how your website's performing for your business. I'd be glad to help you install that if you need some help with it. Excuse me. Finally, what I've got here, this is one other utility that I've got installed on my computer. This is called SEOquake, and this is their page SEO audit. So page search engine optimization audit. And it just basically runs through and tells us how well your website's been optimized for search engine rankings. Now, as we've seen, you're not really showing up in the search engine, so we know you've got some flaws there. But as we get down through here, I'll just hit the highlights. One, your title tag. I really like to see title tags that include keywords that I think people would be searching for. And when we look at yours, it says Carruthers Group, Custom Office Furniture Solutions and Distribution. It doesn't include any geographical terms or anything like that. I really think your title tag could be improved. Meta description, you don't have one. A meta description is what Google uses a meta description to display a description of your website under your search result, which gives you the ability to provide a really compelling description of why somebody should click your website instead of the competition. So I would definitely recommend that you add good meta descriptions to your website. Next up here, headings. Heading is a big bold section of text in the website. Usually appears above some paragraph text or something like that. You don't have any headings on your website. That's a huge missed opportunity. Headings are a great place to put keywords if you want to rank for them in the search engines. I'm not surprised that you don't have any, though, because you don't have any real text on the website. All you've got is a big picture. Next up here, images without alt. So you don't have any descriptions of your images embedded in the code. So that means that you've got this huge image that is your website, basically, but there you don't even have the alt text, which is basically like an alternate description that tells Google what the picture's all about, because Google doesn't understand the picture. Google needs a description that says, hey, this picture's about contract furniture in Memphis and throughout Tennessee or whatever. So because you don't have that, that's hurting your search engine rankings as well. Text to HTML ratio. This basically reinforces what I've said already. You don't have enough text on the website. Definitely need more text. I'm going to scroll down through here. As you can see, all these little red triangles are issues that could be hurting you in the search engine. So you don't have a robots.txt file, you don't have XML sitemaps, your website hasn't specified its language. We talked about not having Google Analytics already, you don't have micro formats. I don't want to get bogged down in the technical complexities of all that because that would take a while to describe. And if you're like most of my customers, you probably don't really care that much about the technical complexities. You just want somebody to help you fix it. I'm your guy. I want to fix it for you. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up right here. My goal here is to become a resource for you. I want to be your go-to website guy. I want to be your go-to internet marketing guy. And so I hope this video is a good first step toward that. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Once you've watched it, if you agree with some of the things that I'm saying here and you'd like to discuss it more while it's fresh on your mind, pick up the phone and give me a call. My cell phone number is 901-491-6490. 901-491-6490. I'm going to package this up and shoot it over to you in an email here in just a bit. And if I don't hear from you in a few days, I'll follow up with you either later this week or sometime next week just to make sure that you got the email and see if you have any questions and see if there's anything I can help you with. So thanks a lot for taking the time to watch the video, and I look forward to talking to you real soon. Bye-bye.